6 years of experience, and I'm going to give you guys 3 easy steps to follow to get the body and the physique that you want. All right, let's get into it. So step one, and the most important, is going to be nutrition. Without proper nutrition, guys, I'm sorry, you're not going to see at least the physical changes that you want to see. So when it comes to nutrition, the main thing that I look at 2 things. One, do you know your macronutrients? So do you know your protein, fats, and carbs, and what you need specifically for your needs in your body? The second thing that I'm looking at is the body type. So here we have an ectomorph, a mesomorph, and an endomorph. Basically, an ectomorph, if you're somebody who has a slim physique, a slim build, like you're longer, lankier, and you don't really like store fat, you belong to the ectomorph. If you are a mesomorph, this is like me, myself. If you're somebody that's more square body, it's easier for you to put on muscle, get in shape pretty fast, like the gains in the gyms happen quite fast for you. You are a mesomorph. Endomorph. Now, if you're an endomorph, you have more broader shoulders, broader hips, and it's harder for you to get rid of fat. So let's jump into it of how I would program a diet for all 3 body types. So we have the 3. We have carbs, fats, and protein. In the simplest terms, the big 3 that everyone follows is going to be the carbs, fats, and protein. And just to give you guys an idea, these 3 equal 100%. This is my recommendation, so let's start in order. Let's start with the ectomorph, the slim build. For you guys, this is the ratio I would give you. CPF, carbs, protein, fat. I'm going to go anywhere from 40 to 50%. Protein, I always keep protein high, so let's go 30 to 40%. This can be like anywhere from 25 to 40%. The reason being, the science behind why I'm keeping this range for an ectomorph, they do much better with carbs. Their body regulates it better. Protein is going to be huge for muscle growth and development, and fats, you're just going to keep your overall hormones happy and healthy. This is the example I have for ectomorphs. These guys right here, the slim build. Moving on to the mesomorph, the more square build, the more, I don't know, athletic build, muscular build, whatever you want to call it. The breakdown that I have for these guys is going to be 30 to 45%. So the reason I go 30 to 45% is just dependent on your energy levels and what you feel good with. And none of this is set in stone. This is just, again, with time and experimenting with this, you're going to find like what suits you. For me, I like to keep my carbs anywhere from 40 to 45%. Again, I keep protein high no matter what, 30 to 40%. And then for fats, this is gonna range from 25 to 40%. Again, with the mesomorph, like you guys have leadway. You guys just are going to do what benefits you and what feels good for you. Okay, moving on to the endomorph. Endomorph, I'm gonna suggest you guys to stay, I'm gonna say anywhere from 10 to 30% carbs. For the endomorph body type, it's gonna be super beneficial to follow lower carbohydrates or even a keto diet. Like you guys just see the most success following anything that's lower in carbs or just keto based. So protein, again, keeping it high, baby, 30 to 40. As far as fats go, I'm gonna put this guy 30 to 60%. So as far as nutrition, as you can see, no matter how you plug this up, and you can use an app like MyFitnessPal to get this calculated and have it tailored to you. And again, you can also like shoot me a message on Instagram or in the comment section, and I can clarify anything as far as setting macros. But a rule of thumb, let me make some space here. A rule of thumb is, let's see, earn your carbs. Earn your carbs. Explanation. Okay, earn your carbs. So what does this mean? You got to understand that carbohydrates are energy, and you should use them accordingly. So what I mean by this, if you're on vacation, you have your off days, you're going to want to cycle the carbohydrates to having a lower intake. So for me, for example, if I am not going to be training hard the next day, or the schedule or traveling just doesn't permit me to train or exercise, I'm actually going to shift my carbohydrates to a lower percentage, only because if I'm not going to use that energy, it's going to get stored as body fat. So you just have to keep that in mind and be aware of that. If you're not going to use that energy and be strategic with your carbs, then you're going to kind of present yourself some issues there, because again, carbohydrates are going to get stored as fat and you're just going to ultimately see undesired body fat. All right, so let me make some space here. Okay, so step 2. Let's talk about training. So step 2 is going to be training. Excuse my handwriting, I know it's really bad. So with training, and this is just like a very beginner entry-level video, especially when it just comes to fitness and building like the physique and body that you want, we need resistance training, aka just lifting weights. And then number 2, let's see, being active. So I just want to make this as simple as possible and also tailor it towards people who just need direction. So with resistance training, me personally, I like a 4-day split. So all that means is in a 7-day period, meaning 1 week, I only train 4 times a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday is like active recovery. And even on my off days, Saturday and Sunday, I'm being very active. So me personally, I walk 10,000 steps every day. If possible, I go swimming. I'm remaining active. There's so many ways to be active, right? Parking your car far away from the grocery store to get you extra steps, not taking the elevator and just taking the stairway. You want to be active because you're just going to activate your metabolism and burn more calories throughout the day. Resistance training is king. Males and females, young, older, doesn't matter what you are, like this is king. If you are not incorporating resistance training, then oh man, let's just say you have to. Do not ignore lifting weights. Women, you are not going to get bigger and start talking with a deeper voice or anything like that, so don't think that. Guys, if you want to have like a more attractive physique, this is a must. So resistance training is key, but let's not overtrain either. With resistance training, one of my favorite sayings is you have to crawl before you can walk. And what I mean by that is, depending on your level of fitness, if you're a newer person, I would even train 3 days a week, and just the muscles do 2 things. They push and pull. So I advise you to surf the internet and get an idea of some workouts and just split it up. Have an upper body day, have a lower body day. There's so many ways to skin the cat. So there's not just one method fits all, or one way is right and this way is wrong. There's so many ways to do it. So I encourage you to take time to look on the internet and find something that works and fits your style. Okay, let's go on to step 3. We're just keeping this short, and I want to play with a different topic outside of like traveling, because I'm also into biohacking and health and fitness. Like this is my thing. I love it. This is a part of my personality and identity. So step 3. 2 things that are super vital that complement training and complement the diet is going to be sleep, which is also recovery. Let's go 8 to 10 hours. So this is vital. 8 to 10 hours is going to complement the training and the diet. You cannot neglect this. So if you have this down pat and this down pat, the training and diet, but you're neglecting your sleep, it's going to be so rough, and it's just going to make the whole process of changing your physique that much more harder. So moving on to the next thing, let's talk about low stress. Low stress. This is huge, guys. If you are constantly in an elevated level of stress, you are going to have what they call high levels of cortisol. And when you have this, it's just going to make fat loss so much harder. When you're constantly in a high state of stress, your body's going to store fat, again, because you're in an elevated level of cortisol. So how do I battle this, Andre? How do I not hold on to body fat. And it's simple. You're going to want to keep stress low. Again, 8 to 10 hours of sleep, training. So crawl, then walk. As you become more advanced, we can go from 3 days, we can go 4, and even 5. Again, like you have to crawl before you can walk. So baby steps, then we can go 4, and then we can go 5. Nutrition, without this, you are not going to see the physique you want. I promise you. I rank nutrition like number 1. To me, this is the most important. I would rank this as the second most important, getting the sleep and keeping low stress. And then finally, training, resistance training, being active is the third most important. So if you can keep these steps in mind, have an idea of your physique and what to do with the macros, meaning how do you want to calculate your carbs, protein, and fat intake, I promise you, with a steady plan, you will achieve the body you want. Like it's certain. I promise. This is science-based and backed. So if you can follow this, I guarantee you can do it, guys. I promise. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Throw me some ideas, and I'll be sure to keep covering stuff like this. Again, I love this kind of stuff. So if I can teach you and give you any information, just let me know, guys. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.